This is a 1967 MGB GT from the fine state or country of the United Kingdom. One of many British cars that came to this country in the golden age of sports cars in the 60s. And this is my good friend, Frank Albert from
the Czech
Rocky Mountain. I was going to say the Czech Republic, but you're kind of an American now, right?
I am.
You're an American, but he's got Czech background, and I love the Czech Republic because I love Tatras.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, Tatras are the best.
Not to mention Czech beer.
Czech beer is absolutely amazing.
Well, Frank here is actually the Czech Stig. You may not have known that because he always had to go around with a helmet on. You couldn't see who he was. Well, he made it up, but he races MGB called Bella. Do you still drive it to the track? Oh no, you got a tow vehicle.
I got a tow vehicle now, but I drive it around on the streets quite often.
How long have you been racing Bella?
Since 2014.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so the first time I was at Morgan Adams Foundation Race Against Kid Cancer was maybe around
2015, yeah.
15.
And I jumped in a car with you and we pulled around and you saw the license plate and you said, and I said, yes, I drove it in.
That impresses me because it reminds me of the dumb stuff I used to do and still do sometimes. Drive it to the track and race it.
Right, why not?
What's the furthest you ever drove to race it?
I think really from Evergreen to High Plains, so that would have been, what, 60, 70, 80 miles, something like that.
Okay, that's not too crazy.
Yeah, not too crazy.
Not too crazy.
I didn't go across the country with it or anything like that.
Well, you could with an MGB GT, like you can sleep in the back.
Yeah.
It's like a little station wagon. They're not the convertible version. You take a look. It's a hard top with a hatchback.
Designed by Pininfarina.
What?
Yes.
You're kidding me.
I'm not.
Wow. So that's how you can bring one of these to the track because you got room to carry some stuff back here.
Yeah.
In a sense, it's kind of a wagon.
Yes.
It's like an MG wagon.
Yeah. Shooting brake, right?
Shooting brake.
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute. Now, you got to tell me something, Frank. You're originally from the Czech Republic.
I am.
That's your ethnic heritage.
Yep, 100%.
Why do you have kind of an English something accent going on? What is that all about?
So I was 7 years old when our family defected to Great Britain. And
wow.
English is actually my third language. My first schooling was French. So Czech, French, then English.
Wow.
And I lived in England from age 7 to age 18, and then I ran away from home and came to Colorado.
Wow. 10 years ago. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe a little more.
A little longer, yeah.
That's interesting to me about this defection kind of thing. Did you run across the border and get shot at by machine guns?
So actually, my father...
You don't mind telling the story?
No, I don't mind telling the story at all. My father was a very high-ranking communist diplomat. He was the guy under the ambassador to the Czech embassy in Nairobi, Kenya, where we'd been from 67 to 70. You may, if you know your history, the Russian tanks rolled into our capital city of Prague in 1968.
Yes.
Some things were shifting. I think my father had really been disillusioned over communism. He bought into it after World War II.
Yeah.
But in 1962, he saw a lovely young black man having the time of his life on stage in Prague, and went, hang on a minute, everything I've been told is that the black man in America is heavily oppressed. How can this be happening? There's a young fella by the name of Louis Armstrong.
Wow.
And to this day, my wedding dance to Jennifer was to Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. And so with all that disillusionment going on, in 1970 we were recalled to Prague, and my father took the whole family and we got on a BOAC flight and flew to London, and we were on the BBC World News, I think, no, just BBC National News.
Wow.
And yeah, it was
and the KGB did not track you down and eliminate you.
Well, we were worried about that. Well, Mom and Dad were very worried about that. Yeah.
Wow.
And
Frank, what a history.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And now
Thank
you're
you.
racing cars.
And yeah, and now I'm racing British cars with Czech insignia all over it.
And you let me have a shot at it.
Every year, anytime.
I know,
yeah.
I've driven this car several times,
Yeah.
and it keeps getting better and better, as race cars will do
Yeah.
if they have a good caretaker.
Thank you.
And the MG is such an honest car. It's got a 1.8 liter 4-cylinder, 2 carburetors, good old
Oh, no,
SUs.
this one's a single Weber.
Oh, you got the Weber, that's right.
right, yeah.
I say they keep getting better.
Yeah.
And Frank uses me as like a gauge.
Yep.
He has me drive, and then he catches up with me, and then he has me drive, and then he catches up with me.
Right.
And I went a little faster. I didn't go a lot faster.
Yeah, you went faster than me, but that's
Just
good.
a little.
I got a little work to do in my coaching, but the deal is I can't spend money on the car until I'm within a second of you. That's my deal with myself.
Wow.
Work on my racecraft, then spend money on the
That's
car.
not very easy to do, by the way.
Yeah. That's why I use a coach, Nathan Down.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
I had a great race with him in a Formula Ford last year.
Yeah.
He's terrific.
Yeah.
Well, the car is really fun to drive.
Thank you.
And we talked about the brake pedal didn't feel good when I was sitting.
Yeah.
But on the racetrack, it stops well.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it
does
does
the
light.
job. Yep.
So there's not a whole lot we got to stop. This is under 2,000 pounds?
Right around there.
Right around 2,000 pounds. The average street car these days is 4,000 pounds.
Yeah.
This is one of the things about the good old days is
Yeah.
the cars were light.
Yeah.
They're also a lot smaller. That's part of why they were light.
Yep.
And MGBs really were, they had maybe the best reputation among the British cars for reliability.
It is a very reliable track car, you know. I don't have to do too much to it.
You've prepared it well.
Thank you. Thank
Well, I
you.
really appreciate you sharing it with me.
My pleasure, Randy.
It was quick. I love sports cars.
Yep.
Lightweight, torquey, running them through the gears.
Yep.
Stick shift back when nobody raced an automatic. It was
Right.
all stick shift. Or you were out to lunch like some kind of nut, really. So it was really great fun. We had a good race too.
Yes, you did.
Well, we were about 3rd overall or something.
I think you
3rd or
could
4th.
go, yeah, somewhere in there, yeah.
A couple guys got me, but then a couple broke down.
Right.
They might have been ahead of us.
Yeah.
The midgets, they break down more.
Yep, they do.
But Bella just keeps going. Beautiful in Italian, right?
Yes, well, Bella Italian and Rouge, Bella Rouge, red for French.
Yes.
So she's my mistress, and if you're going to have a mistress, well, she should be half Italian and half French.
Why not? So there you have it, folks. Thanks a million, Frank.
Thank you, Randy.
Good luck. Come and get me, man.
I will,
I'll
every
watch
year.
those times.
Yes, yes.